Okay, good morning all. Mr. Shugan here. So we will continue with tutorial chapter 6, which is on chemical equilibrium. So we will start with week 14, hour 3, non-face to face. Okay. So the first part too is some of the basic definitions lah, which you can find in the lecture note as well, but we will just go through it again lah. Okay, so the first one too, they ask to explain the meaning of reversible reaction. So reversible reaction, what you must know is that the reaction happens in both forward and reverse direction lah. Kalau in terms of symbol, kalau untuk equation yang reversible reaction, we will use this symbol here. Okay, alright, in both forward and reverse direction. So in terms of words, the definition is reaction which take place in both forward and reverse direction. Okay, so dynamic equilibrium pula refers to the reaction bila dia dah attain equilibrium tu. Okay, apa ciri-ciri dia once the reaction has achieved equilibrium? Okay, so you must understand that when it reaches equilibrium, bukan maksudnya reaction dah stop, tetapi the rate at the reaction tu goes forward and reverse is the same lah. Okay, the rate of forward reaction is equals to the rate of reverse reaction lah. Okay, so proper sentence there is a condition in which forward or reverse reactions occurring at equal rate. Okay, so for dynamic equilibrium ni, you can refer back to the lecture note whereby dia ada tunjuk contoh. Okay, concentration against time graph tu. Okay, macam mana concentration of reactant, okay, macam mana concentration of product changes over time, and then where, dekat mana bahagian the graph tu that we say that the reaction has already attained chemical equilibrium. Okay, and this one, okay, this one is a bit extra lah, definition, law of mass action. This one basically describing our equilibrium tu in terms of formula lah, mathematical formula, sama ada in terms of Kc, Kp, product over reactant yang kita dah belajar lah, concentration or pressure. Okay, so I'll just give you the definition by words lah. Okay, so mathematical equation so the definition is slightly long lah, but just try to understand. For particular equilibrium, system that sets the mass action expression equal to equilibrium constant. So again, like I told you, it can be either they are referring to Kc ataupun Kp lah, equilibrium constant. Okay, alright. The next part tu, they ask us to state two characteristics of a dynamic equilibrium. So again, just as a reminder, ingat kalau dah capai equilibrium tu bukan maksudnya reaction dah stop. It's just that the rate of forward and reverse reaction tu occurs at equal rate lah. Okay, so the first one tu the forward and reverse reaction occur at equal rate. Okay, and the second one too, you must know that once they have achieved equilibrium, the concentration of either reactant or the product tu, the concentration won't change lah. Okay, remains unchanged. So the concentration of reactant and products remain unchanged. Okay, unchanged at equilibrium. Okay, so I hope you guys are clear with the definition. Okay, so this one, the next question ni, they ask us to write the expression lah. Okay, for KC and KP. Okay, so just to recall, apa expression yang, or what are the states of matter yang kita perlu ambil kira bila nak buat expression untuk KC, and what are the states of matter yang perlu kita ambil kira buat expression untuk KP. Okay, so kalau KC, okay, kita ambil kira reactant or products yang ada dalam aqueous and gas state sahajalah. Okay, yang ada dalam aqueous and gas state sahaja. Okay, so kita dah bincang juga dalam kuliah yang kita tak akan ambil kira bila nak tulis expression untuk KC, kita tak akan ambil kira apa-apa reactant atau produk yang ada dalam solid or liquid state lah, because concentration dia memang tak berubah. Okay, so as for KP pula, okay, as for KP kita only ambil kira reactant atau produk yang ada dalam gaseous state. So again untuk KP pun benda yang sama juga, kita tak akan ambil kira element ataupun reactant dan produk yang ada dalam state solid ataupun liquid. Okay, so we will start with KC first. Okay, so kalau KC tu kena ingat, okay, kita akan pakai square bracket because KC ni equilibrium constant for concentration. Okay, and then you tengok produk dia gas, reactant semua pun gas, so maksudnya kita akan ambil kira semua lah. And then the following thing is that we use bracket. Okay, product over reactant. Okay, alright. And always tengok depan dia ada tak, how many moles are there. If 1 mole means we don't have to write as power of 1 lah. Okay, now that there is 2 moles here, okay, so we write as power of 2. Okay, it applies the same, reactant dengan produk sama sahaja. Okay, bahagi reactant kita first is NO. Okay, so we use a square bracket, ada 2 mole, so we put to the power of 2. And then oxygen, okay, just write as O2, dia just 1 mole, so kita tak perlu tulis apa-apa kat atas lah. Okay, alright. Okay, so the next one, they ask us to write in terms of KP. Okay, KP in terms of partial pressure of each gases yang ada dalam reaction tu lah. Okay, so the way of writing, first kita akan sama juga product over reactant. Okay, just that kita akan pakai P ni, dia slanted a bit lah, condong sikit. Okay, partial pressure of NO2, and then we use normal bracket. Okay, then the same concept applies lah, maksudnya kalau ada 2 mole kat depan, dia akan jadi kuasa 2. Okay, and then bahagikan dengan reactant kita. Okay, so we have NO, 2 moles of NO and 1 mole of oxygen. Okay, so this is basically the expression of KC and KP. So saya harap tak ada masalah untuk nak buat expression ni, because expression ni is important. So that's why like I told you, you perlu tahu apa states of matter yang kita ambil kira bila nak buat expression. Okay, and then kita perlu tengok berapa mole di depan dia. Okay, sebab nanti kita akan pakai expression ni to do calculations lah. Alright. Okay, now let's move to the next question. Okay, so the question says, okay, calculate the equilibrium constant for the following reaction if at 350 Kelvin, if at 350 Kelvin, the equilibrium mixture contains 2.5 mole of N2. Okay, so N2 kita 2.5 mole. Okay, 3.5 mole of oxygen. Okay, so oxygen kita 3.5 mole, and NO2 kita 0.06 mole. 0.06 mole of NO2. Okay, and dia bagi volume lah, which is 2 decimeter cubic. Okay, volume dia 2 decimeter cubic. Okay, so first thing, okay, so they ask us to calculate Kc. Okay, itu yang you kena faham pertama sekali. Okay, Kc. And second thing is, you kena fikir quantity yang diberi ni dekat mana. Is it initial ke, at equilibrium ke? Alright, so in this case dia bagi quantities ni at equilibrium, at equilibrium. Maksudnya bila dah beri quantity dekat equilibrium tu, kita boleh terus kira. Kita boleh terus kira kita punya Kc ataupun Kp lah, depending on question. Okay, kalau dia tak bagi quantities at equilibrium, kita kena buat ice table seperti yang kita bincang dalam kuliah. But don't worry, nanti akan ada soalan yang melibatkan penggunaan ice table semua. Okay, alright. So we can solve this lah. But you have to remember, okay, kalau Kc ni in terms of concentration. Okay, but what we have here is in terms of mole. Dia bagi mole N2, mole O2 dengan mole NO2 kita, our product. Okay, but kita boleh cari concentration dia sebab apa? Volume diberi. Okay, so ketiga-tiga ni ada dalam vessel ataupun nak cakap macam balang yang sama lah. Semua ketiga-tiga gas ni ada dalam vessel ataupun balang yang sama. So that means volume dia semua sama. Volume N2, volume O2 dan volume NO2 semua adalah sama. Okay, so when we have mole and volume, we can calculate the concentration. Okay, kita buat satu-satu. So apa kita buat dulu? Kita cari dulu concentration at equilibrium tu. Okay, alright. So we write first expression untuk Kc lah. Okay, kita boleh tulis kat sebelah sini. Okay, product over reactant. So all is in gaseous state. So kita ambil kira semua. Okay, so kita tulis siap-siap dulu. Nanti after we find the value for the concentration tu, kita boleh just substitute dalam kita punya expression lah. The power of 2. Okay, alright. So next what we do, seperti yang saya beritahu, kita find dulu concentration at equilibrium. Okay, kita cari dulu concentration dia. Okay, kita cari dulu concentration NO2. Okay, so kalau NO2 berapa mole dia? 0.06 mole. Alright. Dan volume dia adalah 2 decimeter cubic. Okay, so this should give you 0.03 molar lah. Okay, nak pakai M besar boleh, nak pakai mole per decimeter cubic pun boleh. Okay, next we can find concentration of O2. Okay, so mole of O2 is 3.50 mole. Okay, divide by the volume, still the same volume, which is 2. So this should give you 1.75 molar. Okay, 1.75 molar. And finally we can find the concentration of N2 at equilibrium. Okay, so the number of mole of N2 is 2.50 mole. Okay, and then the volume is 2 decimeter cubic. Okay, so this should give you 1.25 molar. Okay, so now kita dah ada concentration of the reactant and products at equilibrium. Okay, so what we do, we just substitute lah. Okay, Tetapi always you have to be careful, you kena tengok states of matter dia semua, sama ada kita perlu ambil kira ke ataupun tidak untuk kita punya expression tu, Kc ke ataupun Kp. Okay, so in this case semua gas, so semua kita perlu ambil kira lah. Okay, so concentration of NO2 is 0.03 0.03, okay, square. Concentration of N2 is 1.25 and concentration of O2 is 1.75 square. Okay, so solving this should give you 2.351 times 10 to the power of -4. Okay, so kena ingat ini adalah constant, equilibrium constant, so we don't have any units at our final answer. Okay, and one more thing, kalau let's say you punya answer is slightly different ke or memang different from mine, okay, so do let me know, nanti kita can cross check again the question and the answers. Okay, Celsius, liquid water reached equilibrium to the equation. Okay, so this one is liquid water, okay, in equilibrium with water vapor lah. Okay, alright, so they asked us to calculate Kp and Kc for the reaction. Okay, and okay, so the value given here is our key lah. Okay, so the vapor pressure of water at 25 degrees Celsius is 23.88 torr. Okay, alright, so kita macam mana nak selesaikan soalan ni? Okay, so mungkin ada yang terfikir, okay, apa nilai yang saya perlu pakai? Okay, sebab tak ada apa nilai lain yang diberi selain daripada ni lah, which is vapor pressure of water tu at 25 degrees Celsius, which is 23.8 torr. Okay, so first what we do, okay, so we write first the expression untuk Kp. Okay, so Kp again kita hanya ambil kira apa yang dalam gas state sahaja, which is our product lah, water vapor. Maksudnya H2O tu dalam gas state lah. Okay, right, so we write first the expression. Okay, that's all. Kita punya reactant tak ada apa-apa, so kita tak perlu tulis apa-apa lah. Okay, so next what we do, okay, so the nilai pressure untuk water vapor ni, nilai pressure untuk water vapor ni, we take it from this value here, 23.8 torr. But what we need to do, we need to convert this to ATM lah. Okay, so the partial pressure of water vapor, partial pressure of water vapor is 23.8 torr. We have to convert to ATM. Okay, so just to recall, kalau nak convert to ATM, we have to divide by 760. Okay, divide by 760. Okay, so this should give you a value of 0.0313 ATM. Okay, alright, so like what sir have told you, okay, the Kp value tu is just equals to the partial pressure of water vapor lah. Okay, so which is 0.313 ATM. Okay, so now for us to solve Kc pula, kita dah cari Kp. Okay, so our Kp again is equals to the partial pressure of water vapor. So our nilai Kp is just this, 0.0313 ATM. Okay, so the next part is we need to calculate Kc, and we also learn ada satu formula yang mengaitkan Kp dengan Kc lah. Okay, which is so Kp is equals to Kc RT delta N. Okay, so delta N ni is the change in number of moles lah. Okay, so we'll do one by one. Okay, so kita nak cari Kc, kita nak cari Kc. Okay, so our Kp ni is 0.0313. Okay, Kc Okay, so R is our gas constant. Okay, R is our gas constant, which is 0.08206. Okay, unit dia liter ATM per mole per Kelvin, and our temperature to 25 degrees Celsius, we change it to Kelvin. Okay, plus 273.15 lah, which will give us 298.15 Kelvin. Okay, so sorry ruang tak cukup. So the next thing is, okay, you must know what is the value for delta N ni, change in number of mole ni. Okay, so delta N ni kita just ambil kira number of mole yang terlibat dalam kita punya expression lah. Okay, so kalau kita tengok produk kita 1 mole, reactant kita pun 1 mole. Okay, tetapi kita hanya ambil kira kita punya produk sahaja, which is water vapor lah, reactant kita tak ambil kira. Okay, so nilai delta N tu sebenarnya is 1 minus 0 lah, which is 1. Okay, so maksudnya dia kuasa 1 lah. Okay, so to the power of 1 we tak tulis pun tak apa. Okay, then when you want to find the value of Kc, you just rearrange the equation. Maksudnya yang gas constant darab dengan temperature ni in Kelvin, nanti the answer that you get, you should divide it by 0.0313 divide by that answer lah. Okay, so the value of Kc that you should get is 1.28 times 10 to the power of minus 3. Okay, so again take note, value for our delta N ni make sure betul. Okay, so produk kita 1 mole. Okay, reactant kita 1 mole, tetapi kita tak ambil kira sebab it's in liquid state. Okay, so it's just 1 minus 0, which is equals to 1. Okay, so our delta N value ni is equals to 1. Okay, and then we find for our Kc. Alright. Okay guys, so we will proceed with tutorial week 15 first hour. Okay, so still related dengan kita punya KP dengan KC semua lah, and then some calculation to be done. Okay, so first kita tengok soalan ni. Okay, so the following reaction achieved equilibrium when the partial pressure of bromine gas is 0.60 atm lah. Okay, bromine gas bromine gas, the partial pressure dia of bromine gas tu is 0.60 atm. Okay, so they ask us to do some derivations ini. Okay, so the first one tu they ask us to derive Kp is equals to Kc RT to the power of half. Okay, alright. So how do we do this? Maksudnya kita kena tunjukkan we have to show macam mana kita sampai kepada Kp is equals to Kc RT to the power of half. Bukan kita maksudnya terus pakai equation kita punya Kp is equals to Kc RT delta N dan substitute delta N tu dengan sebab 1/2 lah half bukan we have to show macam mana kita dapat Kp equals to Kc ni. Okay, alright. So this one you have few steps to be done lah Okay, dia ada melibatkan macam substitution apa semua. Okay, and then ada assumption yang kita perlu buat. Okay, so we will do step by step and I will explain to you what assumption we have to do. Okay, so first we write first the expression tu for Kp. Okay, so Kp is equals to partial pressure of bromine gas, okay, to the power of half. Okay, so we let this be our first equation. Okay, nanti kita ada few substitutions to be made lah. And next kalau you tengok dalam final equation ada Kp, ada Kc. Okay, so kita kena write our expression for Kc also lah. Okay, so Kc tu Kp to the power of partial pressure of bromine to the power of half. Okay, so Kc pun sama. Kc in terms of concentration and then apa yang kita ambil hanya bromine sahajalah. Okay, sebab apa? FeBr2 ni solid, so kita tak ambil kira, and FeBr3 pun solid, kita tak ambil kira. So samalah untuk kita punya Kp dengan Kc expression kita tu adalah sama. Okay, kalau concentration just write apa produk tu Br2 to the power of half. Okay, Alright. Okay, next you kena think. Okay, macam mana nak ada term R, term T ni semua dalam kita punya final equation nanti. Okay, mesti ada something that we do lah. Okay, ataupun assumption yang kita buat for us to proceed. Okay, so apa yang kita belajar sebelum ni yang ada RT adalah kita punya ideal gas equation lah. Okay, so ideal gas equation tu adalah PV equals to nRT. Okay, so what assumption that we make here is that we assume the bromine gas tu behaves as an ideal gas. So this is the key lah. Okay, alright. So assume bromine gas behaves ideally. Maksudnya dia behaves as an ideal gas lah. Okay, so now we write our expression tu PV sama dengan nRT. It's just that kita relate dengan bromine gas saja. Okay, partial pressure of bromine gas. Okay, volume of bromine gas. Okay, number of moles of bromine gas RT. Okay, so PV equals to nRT. So this is the key untuk kita proceed nantilah. Okay, so what we can do. Okay, so nanti kita akan cuba masukkan sama ada partial pressure ataupun concentration ke dalam expression ni lah. Okay, so what we can do. Okay, so you nampak number of mole bahagi volume. Number of mole bahagi volume is our concentration. Okay, so nanti kita dapat value untuk concentration ni, kita boleh masukkan kita punya Kc lah. Okay, but I will do for you guys step by step, baru you nampak dengan lebih jelas. Okay, just rearrange ni. Okay, so number of mole of Br2 over volume of Br2. Okay, RT. Okay, so this one will be, and you must know number of mole divided by volume tu is concentration. Okay, so concentration of apa? Concentration of Br2 kita. Alright, so this one will be our third equation. Okay, so next what we can do here is we can substitute okay, we can substitute 3 into equation 1 ni lah. Maksudnya kita ada partial pressure of Br2 sama dengan concentration of Br2 RT ni, kita substitute it to our first equation. Okay, alright, so substitute 3 into 1. Substitute 3 into 1. Okay, so what happens is yang bahagian Br2, concentration of Br2 R3 akan masuk ke sini lah. Okay, so we write Kp is equals to concentration of Br2. Okay, so dia akan jadi half and then kita punya RT pun akan jadi half. Okay, so this will be our fourth equation. Now that you notice concentration of Br2 to the power of half ni sama dengan kita punya Kc. So what we do now, yang equation kedua ni kita substitute masuk dalam equation 4, so that our Br2 to the power of half ni kita boleh gantikan dengan Kc. Okay, so we write next, substitute 2 into 4. So Kp, okay, concentration of Br2 to the power of half ni nanti akan jadi Kc. Okay, Kc, yang RT tu as usual lah, RT to the power of half. Okay, so this is the steps, the actual steps for us to prove ataupun derive this equation ni, Kp sama dengan Kc RT to the power of half. Okay, so again just to go through the steps, kita write dulu expression untuk Kp dengan Kc. Okay, and apa assumption, ini yang penting. Okay, sebab you tengok dia suruh kita derive something yang ada RT, so kita kena fikir apa yang kita dah belajar sebelum ni yang ada expression untuk R dan T, which is our ideal gas lah. So we assume the gas tu behaves ideally. Okay, so PV equals to nRT. Okay, and then we do some rearrangement. First kita dapat expression untuk pressure ni dulu. Okay, so volume tu bawa ke bawah. So number of mole divided by volume is concentration. Okay, RT. Okay, next what we do, the concentration of Br2 RT ni kita masukkan ke dalam expression 1. Okay, partial pressure of Br2. Okay, so we will get this expression here. Okay, alright. So Br2 to the power of half. Okay, our RT to the power of half. Okay, and then the last step tu, you must know that okay, concentration of Br2 to the power of half is actually our Kc. So yang expression 2 ni, equation 2 ni kita substitute ke dalam equation 4. Okay, so kita punya concentration of Br2 to the power of half tu is our Kc lah. Okay, so Kp is equals to Kc times by RT to the power of half. Okay, now kita dah buat ni. Okay, so we can proceed with the next step to do any calculation kalau ada lah. Okay, alright. So I hope you guys are clear with this. Okay, so the second part tu they ask to determine Kp and Kc lah, which means we have to calculate the values. Okay, berapa nilai Kp, berapa nilai Kc lah. Okay, so Kp kita dah dapat dia punya expression tadi, which is just partial pressure of bromine gas to the power of half. Okay, again kita hanya ambil kira bromine gas sahajalah sebab dia sahaja yang dalam gas state. Okay, yang ni dengan ni kita tak ambil kira lah sebab dia pure solid. Okay, so the value for the pressure is already given, and the value given ni is at equilibrium. Kalau bukan equilibrium, macam saya bagi tahu, kita kena pakai ice table untuk dapatkan nilai lah. So tak perlu to do it now. Reason being because the quantity given to you is already at equilibrium. So to the power of half. Okay, so 0.6 to the power of half should give you a value of 0.775. Okay, alright. Okay. Okay, next dia suruh kita kira Kc. Okay, so nak kira Kc, okay, kita boleh terus pakai apa yang kita dah prove dekat part 1 tu. Okay, Kp is equals to Kc RT to the power of half. Okay, again half ni sebenarnya adalah nilai delta N. Okay, and nilai delta N sebagai tahu produk, mole produk tolak mole reactant yang kita ambil kira sahaja. Okay, so produk kita ambil kira bromine gas sahaja, nilai dia separuh lah. Okay, yang FeBr tu kita tak ambil kira. Okay, even our reactant pun kita tak ambil kira sebab dia adalah pure solid. Okay, so our delta N value tu is just half. Okay, so what we do, we just rearrange lah. We rearrange this. Kc is equals to kita punya Kp, which is 0.775. Okay, divide by, okay, R is our gas constant, 0.08206 liter ATM per mole per Kelvin, and our temperature tu, okay, our temperature tu sebab kita assume dia as an ideal gas. Okay, so the temperature tu kita ambil 298.15 Kelvin or 25 degrees Celsius lah. Okay, so everything ni is to the power of half. Our R and T is to the power of half. Okay, so the final answer that you should get for Kc is 0.157. Okay, 0.157. Okay, so again, kalau ada apa-apa difference in the value ke apa, do let me know so that we can go through the calculation again later. Okay, and one more thing, just the unit ni Kelvin for temperature. First our week 15 face to face question. Okay, so the question says at 668 Kelvin, 1 mole of each CO and Cl2 are introduced into an evacuated 1.75 liter flask. Okay, maksudnya okay, mole CO adalah 1 mole, mole Cl2 pun adalah 1 mole lah, dan volume flask tu adalah 1.75 liter. Okay, ini adalah bukan quantity at equilibrium, sebab dia cakap 1 mole of each CO and Cl2 are introduced. Maksudnya initial quantity lah, initial. Okay, dia cakap at equilibrium, the total pressure of the gas mixture is 32.4 atm. Okay, so they ask us to calculate Kp. Okay, so apa kita kena buat untuk soalan ni? Kita perlu menggunakan ice stable lah. Okay, why we need to use ice stable is because untuk kita nak calculate Kp, kita kena tahu pressure CO, pressure Cl2 and pressure the product lah, ataupun COCl2, the gas tu, at equilibrium. Okay, so first thing what we need to do, okay, we write the balance equation first. Okay, CO plus Cl2, okay, will give us COCl2. Okay, and all are in gaseous state. Okay, carbon monoxide gas, chlorine gas, and our product COCl2 pun is in gas state. Okay, so what quantities yang kita ada dalam ice table? ICE. Okay, I is initial lah, either concentration or pressure. Sekarang kita tengok kita nak calculate Kp. Okay, so we are looking in terms of pressure lah. Okay, sebab quantity pun beri mole, dia beri volume, dia beri temperature. Okay, so what we can do nanti, kita boleh calculate dia punya pressure. Okay, nanti saya akan tunjuk pakai kita punya ideal gas equation. And then C itu is the change in pressure, and E ni is the pressure at equilibrium. Okay, E stands for equilibrium. Okay, so there are three things that we need to determine lah. Okay, first is the initial pressure lah. Okay, initial pressure which is in atm. Alright, and then the change in pressure. Okay, sorry saya just tulis ke kiri sedikit supaya ada ruang nanti. Okay, the change in pressure and the pressure at equilibrium. ATM. Okay, alright. So how do we determine the initial pressure of CO and Cl2 daripada number of mole dia? Okay, so you must know lah, number of mole of CO dengan number of mole of Cl2 adalah sama. Okay, we do one by one lah. Okay, let's say you want to calculate the initial pressure, initial pressure of CO. Okay, okay, so we use this equation, PV equals to nRT. Okay, so kita nak cari pressure, so we do what? nRT over V. Okay, so kalau kita tengok untuk CO, number of mole dia adalah 1. Okay, 1. Okay, gas constant is 0.08206, and then the temperature is in Kelvin, 668 Kelvin, dan volume pun dah diberi dalam soalan. Kita just take volume of the flask tu. Sebab apa? Kita isi our gas inside that flask lah. So 1.75. Okay, 1.75 liter. So the pressure value that you should get is 31.3 atm. Okay, alright, 31.3 atm. Okay, so this is the initial pressure of CO. Okay, since Cl2 pun bilangan mole dia sama, so pressure dia memang sama lah. That means you don't have to do the calculation again. You just mention in terms of sentence pun boleh. Okay, so initial pressure of Cl2 is equals to initial pressure of CO, iaitu 31.3 atm. Okay, so initial pressure of CO and Cl2 is both the same lah, which is 31.3 atm. Okay, so these values ni, nilai pressure yang kita kira ni adalah initial pressure. Sebab apa? Mole tu adalah initial mole dia, because 1 mole of each gas are introduced into an evacuated 1.75 liter flask. Okay, so our values tu, our initial pressure, okay, all are in gaseous state, so kita ambil kira semua, okay, of CO and Cl2, both adalah 31.3. Pressure dia sama sebab apa? Bilangan mole dia sama. Okay, volume, temperature untuk kedua-dua tu adalah sama. And COCl2, our product, okay, our product initially tak ada lah. Okay, so dia punya value adalah kosong. Next, what we have to determine is the change. Okay, and macam saya bagi tahu, and macam example yang kita dah tengok sebelum ni, okay, change ni kita express biasanya in terms of unknown lah, kita pakai x lah. Okay, what you need to know is kita kena tengok dulu, okay, siapa reactant, siapa produk. Okay, kalau initially produk dia kosong, maksudnya as the reaction proceed, okay, sebab dia ni reversible reaction, as the reaction proceed, apa yang berlaku? Concentration product akan bertambah, okay, concentration reactant akan berkurang. Okay, so we represent this with a symbol lah. Yang berkurang tu kita pakai negatif lah. Okay, minus x. Sebab apa? 1 mol sahaja. Kalau 2 mol kita tulis minus 2x. Okay, same goes with Cl2 pun, dia akan berkurang, minus x. Okay, and COCl2 ni dia akan bertambah lah, dia 1 mol sahaja, so we write as plus x. Okay, so kena faham sampai sini dahulu. Okay, and then at equilibrium, at equilibrium tu we just combine je apa yang ada antara initial dengan change tu. So at equilibrium for CO will be 31.3 minus x, for Cl2 pun 31.3 minus x, dan untuk COCl2 is just 0 plus x lah, iaitu x. Okay, so make sure everyone is clear on how to construct the ice table ni. Okay, so make sure do a proper table. Okay, so kalau saya punya line tu bingkuk sikit, sorry lah. Okay, alright. So before kita nak proceed, okay, before kita nak proceed, nak find KP ni. Okay, so how do we do this? So let me just clear off some space first for further calculation. So kita kena tahu dulu pressure of kita punya reactant and product at equilibrium lah. Okay, so soalan ada bagi total pressure tu, actually it's a clue for us to solve our x tu. Okay, alright. So how do we proceed with this question? Okay, so total pressure adalah 32.4 atm. Total pressure maksudnya pressure of CO at equilibrium plus pressure of Cl2 at equilibrium plus kita punya pressure of COCl2 at equilibrium. Okay, so that means our total pressure is equals to pressure of CO kita pressure of Cl2 kita and pressure of COCl2 kita. Okay, so this one is equals to our total pressure, which is 32.4 atm. Alright. Okay, so now we know kita total up semua reactant and product gas kita at equilibrium sama dengan dia punya total pressure. Okay, when we do this, kita boleh selesaikan for our x lah. Okay, so the x that you should get, okay, the value for x that you should get is 30.2. 30.2 ATM. Okay, so now that we have the value of x, kita boleh selesaikan kita punya KP. Okay, so our expression for KP tu must be correct, baru we can get the correct answer. So semua gas, so kita akan ambil kira semua lah. Partial pressure of CO Cl2 divide by partial pressure of CO times by partial pressure of Cl2. Okay, so before we do this, what you guys can do, kita boleh kira siap-siap lah. Okay, kita boleh kira siap-siap the partial pressure value. So that means we can write lah. Okay, for example, partial pressure of COCl2 is X at equilibrium. So X nilai dia 30.2. Okay, next kita tengok partial pressure of CO pula. Okay, 31.3 minus X. X kita adalah 30.2. Okay, so this one should give you 1.1 ATM lah. And partial pressure of Cl2 pun sama. Okay, partial pressure of Cl2 is actually the same as the partial pressure of CO lah. Okay, sebab apa? Dia punya equilibrium value tu sama. Kalau you nak tunjuk jalan kerja pun tak ada masalah. Okay, X kita 30.2. So which is 1.1 ATM. Okay, so now kita dah ada ni semua. Kita just substitute in our equation. Okay, pressure values ni semua at equilibrium ni. So COCl2 is 30.2. Okay, alright, for CO is 1.1. And for Cl2 is 1.1. Okay, so solving this should give you about 24.96 lah. Okay, alright, mungkin ada yang kira dapat 25 pun. Okay, but again, that's not an issue. Just let me know kalau values that you get is slightly different lah. But the most important thing here is you faham, okay, macam mana nak pakai kuantiti yang diberi dalam soalan ni. Okay, dia bagi bilangan mole. Mole tu kat mana tu? Equilibrium ke initial? Sebab sekarang mole diberikan adalah initial, we have to use ice table. Okay, we have to find the initial pressure pakai PV sama dengan nRT dulu. Find the initial pressure of CO and Cl2, and you must know initial pressure of COCl2 tu adalah 0. Okay, and then the change tu, reactant kita punya pressure akan berkurang, product akan bertambah. Okay, because we start from reactant to product lah. But how much we don't know, so we just use unknown. X boleh. Okay, minus X for CO sebab dia 1 mole, minus X for Cl2 sebab dia 1 mole, and then product kita pun 1 mole, we just plus X ni. Okay, and then we must get our quantities at equilibrium ni. The clue untuk kita selesaikan X value ni adalah total pressure ni. So kena ingat okay, total pressure maksudnya hasil campur semua partial pressure yang ada dalam kita punya reaction tu. Okay, so we just add up everything. Partial pressure of CO at equilibrium 31.3 minus X, sama juga untuk Cl2, and then plus X for COCl2 punya pressure at equilibrium. Okay, so we can solve for X. Okay, bila kita dapat X value ni, kita substitute. Okay, substitute dan kira dia punya pressure ni semua. Okay, dah kira pressure ni, lepas tu kita write our expression for KP, masukkan the value and solve. Okay, should get 24.996.